History says they carried this bell from Keta, the port of Keta.
Okay.
Human beings, they have to carry. In those days, they were walking.
Thank you.
Yeah. It has a ringing tone, which the community people, they are aware of.
Okay.
So when they ring it, they know what the bell is saying.
Okay.
It's telling them.
Okay. Welcome to People and Places on GhanaWeb TV. Today on our Amedzofe tour series, we take a look at the oldest church in the Avatime traditional area, the EP Church. Let's go meet our guest who's on the other side, and then we'll get right to the conversation. See you in a bit.
So it happened that somewhere in 1886, the first white men or Germans traveled to Amedzofe through Bajeme. They climbed the hill. Actually, they traveled from Ho on foot to Jokwe, going to Nkonya area. Then they happened to settle at Jokwe, Old Town. There they saw the mountain range and they asked whether it is accessible.
Okay.
And they told them, yes, it is accessible. So there were natives, first convicts. One, Mr. Jacob Anku, who was baptized by the Bassa mission at Mayira in Accra, near Accra, and Jokoto. So they settled at Jokwe, and they named the place Jerusalem. Because they were baptized, they don't want to mingle with their relatives. In those days, there was nothing like Jesus in our area here. So it's all fetishing traditional worship. So that's how come the Germans took Reverend Siege and Reverend Spitz. They travel on foot through Bajeme. You can see the hill, then to Amedzofe. They passed the night here.
Okay.
So due to the weather and no mosquito bite during the night, they decided that they'll pass another day here.
Okay.
So they feel comfortable here. The weather was good. And they asked the chief whether they'll have access to the people to talk to them. And
To share the word.
to share the word. Lo and behold, there was some gentleman in the town who also happened to work for some German at Keta. In those days, he was their translator. You know, if a white-skinned person arrived and they have not seen it before, everybody was afraid. And they said, they ran to the man. His name is Setafia. They ran to him that he should come and see. Maybe he will know something about them and he understand the German language. So they brought Setafia, a native of Amedzofe, and he translated what the people want to tell the natives. So they feel happy. So the first visit was in 1886. they went back, and their second coming was in 1889. That was where the work actually started. The missionary work started in Amedzofe, 1889.
Our tour guide for today is Mr. Ajato. He's an indigene of Amedzofe and a presbyter of the EP Church. And you heard him telling us how the EP Church started in the Avatime traditional area, specifically Amedzofe. I learned so much on this production, and I can't wait for you to learn too. So make sure you stay with us till the end.
From the beginning, the chiefs and elders, they accepted them into the community. But you know, it was very hard because to throw away their fetishing and traditional worship is very hard. But gradually, they had people to follow them. So the first converts who accepted Jesus Christ, they gave them land here. And we call here Bethel.
Okay. Till today?
Till today.
Okay.
This is the Bethel area. In Amedzofe, we have 5 clans.
Okay.
But Bethel is a no man's clan. So people from all the 5 clans, if you accept Jesus Christ, they'll give you a portion here and you put up your building here. They'll give you a portion, you put up your building at Bethel here. That's come, this area is all Bethel. The first worship place that they put up is the one there where, near the blue building roof, you see some white iron sheet on a corrugated one. Yes. That was the first worship place they put up.
Okay. Okay. So that's
the first
EP
worship
church.
EP Church.
Okay. Right.
We call it today Ngommo Wo Ho Old Chapel.
Okay.
Old Chapel.
Okay. Is it still in use?
Yes, we still
still
use
a
it.
church.
It's still a
People
church.
still worship.
So children, Sunday school children, yes, children ministry, they worship there.
Okay.
Yes, they worship there.
This is the first church building Mr. Ajato spoke about.
It is stones. They came here to meet stones. So stones plus bent bricks. Okay. That was used for all this building. Stones.
Oh, that's why it's still very strong.
Yes.
Okay. But do you intend to break this?
No. This one, we have no plan of touching it. All we want to do is, if maybe we get funds, we renovate it. We renovate. And the roofing, you see, as it's corrugated iron. We'll renovate it in a modern way and use this place for children's service and then tourist center. We can bring in all the old artifacts of the Germans, we can bring them here and keep them here. Recently, you see, as children, they are learning here. They put their hands on this old machine and all got spoiled. Oh, okay. The early organs. Yes. Now it's not in a good form again. And all these things, the pulpit, all these things, where you write the hymns, they were the works of our early Germans. You see how they put it. These are some of their handiworks. How the early carpenters, they were taught to construct these things, build a cupboard. So it's all church items. It's a culture of maintenance.
Now let's get back to the conversation.
At the 50th celebration, Jubilee celebration in Amedzofe, when the church was 50 years old, they put up this staircase for the celebration.
50th
anniversary
of the church.
Yes, after 1889. You count down 50 years, then they constructed this staircase. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then come and see where the trees are, and you see a pink building there. Yes. That's the mission house.
Okay.
Where pastor's residence.
Was it also built 50 years
50
ago?
years.
Okay. Wow.
By Reverend R.S. Kwame. So he put up that building as the pastor's residence, and then the staircase here.
The same person?
Yes,
okay.
Under his leadership.
Okay.
Because before they put up the training, the missionary center, training catechists and evangelists to go out and propagate the gospel. So this was their station, which is now the College of Education.
Oh, okay.
And that was the first station where they put up the buildings, training evangelists and catechists to go out and propagate the gospel.
So it used to solely be for training of
yes, seminary.
And, okay.
Yes,
okay.
Mission
Before
seminary.
It was
converted to the college.
Okay. So in the beginning, when
yes.
the staircase was built,
yes.
was it for the church?
For the church.
So the staircase was built at the same time the church was built?
At the same time when they were putting up the building, they were constructing the staircase.
Okay. Okay.
But it wasn't like this.
Okay.
I came to meet the constructor or the mason who put it in a better shape.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So for the staircase, how many steps do we have in total?
From at first it was about 60 something, but when they restructure it, now only we can count before we know.
Okay. Is there a particular reasoning behind this tall staircase?
Well, actually it was coinciding with the 75th anniversary. They should make it to celebrate the 75th, is it Silver Jubilee? Something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
But is it easy for everybody to climb the staircase, especially because there are quite a number of elderly people in the community?
Yes, it will wonder you to see elderly people climbing these stairs, just as if it is an exercise for them. And before we come to church here, sometimes you see elderly people, they are already seated before we come.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not a big deal for them. Those who cannot, sometimes they go round the cave and turn that way and enter the chapel.
So what else is there to know about the EP Church?
Okay, the EP Church here in Amedzofe, it was a blessing to the community. For in that when the Germans came, they didn't come only with the Bible, they came with trade. I will call it apprenticeship, people to learn handiwork so that they'll do their own work and get food for themselves. In that case, they brought people who were knowledgeable in blacksmithing.
Okay.
Blacksmithing, they brought it to us. Carpentry, they brought it to us. Masonry, they brought it to us. Before our fathers, they were putting up the building, but they didn't know the architect of it. So how to lay the block in a nice manner or to build the block. They brought bent bricks. So when they came, they would go to a pit, dig it, the clay, and they make some oven, they'll fire it, then the bricks, they'll bend it. So the German brought that technology, making of bricks, bent bricks, very hard. And they used some for building this very building.
Okay, so some part of the church building is made from bricks.
Bricks.
Okay.
I may say this one totally is bricks.
Wow.
Land crate bricks.
Okay.
Until somewhere in 1980s, we pulled the backside, just a portion of it away, to use the new technology of this, our cement bricks. Before we realized that it was bent bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. We were the youth in those days, running about and doing that job. Okay. Yes. Okay,
okay,
so it's all bent bricks.
So here we wanted to take a look inside the church building, but that was not possible because according to Mr. Ajato, the community had stopped using the church for some time now, and so it had been locked from the inside.
Apart from bringing skilled jobs to us, then education also.
Okay.
For setting up the first senior school or basic, which we call today primary school, it was set up here. So all communities around, they will come here
To Amedzofe.
to Amedzofe to attend school.
Okay.
From the basic to in those days we call it senior school. So the first boys senior school was established in Amedzofe here.
Wow.
In our Eve land here, in the central here.
Which is?
The middle school. Now middle school, gradually to now junior high school.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it was solely a boys.
Amedzofe Middle School.
Amedzofe middle school.
Okay.
Then they set up the girls school, basic school, middle school at Bajeme.
Oh, okay.
Bajeme.
Which is close to Amedzofe.
Yes, which is close to Amedzofe.
Okay.
So we benefited a lot from that. You know, education brings what? Eye-open, prosperity and everything, enlightenment to the community. Yes. Amedzofe today can boast of about, if we count every house here, you'll get about 3 teachers from every home. So we can boast about 1,000 teachers from Amedzofe alone, scattered all over Ghana.
Okay, so we'll pause for a little here. We'll come back to the conversation with our presbyter of the EP Church. He's telling us all we need to know about the church. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back. Let's just continue with the conversation. So, Presbyter
Ajato Eli.
Yes. Okay, so this is quite an old edifice.
Yes.
Is it still relevant today?
Oh, no, we are not attending church service here any longer. Somewhere in 2013, we decided to move from here and put up a new edifice that will suit the community and cater for even the college so that any graduation they can have it here.
So that was in
2013.
2013.
2013.
You moved from here?
Yes.
To a new church?
A new place.
Was it built?
Yeah, we built it's just an alternative center so that we put up this place. We gave ourselves, we did 3 years, we want to put up a new chapel.
You want to pull this down?
We pulled this down
and create a new chapel.
A new chapel here. So you can see the foundation for the new chapel.
Okay,
we want to pull this old edifice down and build a new chapel here.
But is that not going to tamper with history?
Yes, really. So the elders of the town, the community, you know, they are they also have a stake in this. So the chief and elders came up that no, we should reserve it as a monument.
Okay.
Even if we will not worship here, we should reserve the German work as a monument here.
Okay.
By then, we have started the new foundation already. So that came in 2014, the job here stopped.
Okay.
And we move out.
Okay.
Now, we are not coming back and we want to continue the job. But lo and behold, the chief and elders also came, we sat down and we talked, and now they have agreed that we can continue the building. The work.
Okay. So is it that some part of this building will remain while you add a new one, or the entire building will go down and then a new one?
According to our plan, the entire building have to go down.
Okay.
Yeah. So since 2014, we left this place to know anybody attended to the building again. Okay. That's why you can see that some walls are caving in. Okay. They are caving in now.
Okay. But according to the new structure you have, is it going to look something like the old one, or it has a completely new face?
A completely new face. You can see from this brochure,
Okay.
when we celebrated the 125th year in Amedzofe, that was in 2014. We celebrated the 125th years of existence in Amedzofe. Then we brought up this picture, that this will be the new look of the chapel.
Okay. So then it means that for now, anyone who wants to see how the old German church looks like has a period to come and do that before the church goes
before.
down. Okay, all right. So that's it about the church, right? I understand there's also a German cemetery, which we'll be looking at in a little while. So let's just go along. Presbyter Ajato will show us where that is, and then the conversation will continue.
Thank you. One interesting thing too. The bells we have here.
Yes. They came up with the church.
Yes. The structure, we name it after Funke, Mrs. Louis Funke. The husband was a reverend here, reverend minister. This woman started the Bible.
Was she Ghanaian?
No, a German.
Oh, okay.
She started the Bible class.
Right.
What she did was to group the women in the church. Then after Sunday, or anytime she wish, once in the week, and plus Sunday, a chosen day in the week, plus Sunday, after church service, you group them and teach them the Bible.
Okay.
That's how come Bible studies. And then now it is known Bible class. Bible class. The old ladies, they'll go for the class in the evening, they study, and then you teach them sewing and knitting. So Bible class started in Amedzofe. So during their 75th year in existence, the whole EP church in Ghana, they came here to celebrate it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's come the structure here in memory of Louis Funke.
So this was constructed during the 75th anniversary
of the Bible class.
Of the Bible class.
Yes. Of the Bible existence of the Bible class.
So when the church was operational, they used to ring these bells.
These bells
to call people to church.
To church. And the big bell there, they carry. History says they carry this bell from Keta, the port of Keta.
Okay.
Human beings, they have to carry. In those days, they were walking.
Wow.
On foot, they have to carry the big one to as far as from Keta through Waya, Adakulu, Adakulu Waya to Ho to Amedzofe here.
That's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Because it looks very.
And when they ring it, they told it. People at Logbatota, you see that village there. I mean that town at the hillside there. It's called Logbatota.
Okay.
Yes, that community, they'll be hearing the bells.
All the way from
All
here.
the way from here.
Wow.
And from the beginning, they also travel here to attend church service.
Oh.
But gradually, as they establish the church there,
they now have an EP church.
EP church there. They will hear the bell, and they know it is time to wake up, to go to morning service. It is time to go to Sunday service from Amedzofe here.
Right.
This is the history of the bell.
So now that the church is going to be rebuilt,
yes,
is this bell still going to operate as it is, or
yes,
you're going to find a
as
new
at
one?
now they are in use.
The bells?
Yes, every morning we have to toll it and go to morning service, and then it is the time giver for school children too. At 7 o'clock it will toll, 7:30 it will toll. Then at 8 o'clock they'll ring it.
Today?
Even today.
Wow.
So it's still in use.
I see.
It's still in use.
So wait, just a minute.
Yes.
So to use it, you would have to pull.
You have to pull the string. Yes. Yeah. It has a ringing tone, which the community people, they are aware of.
Okay.
So when they ring it, they know what the bell is saying.
Okay.
It's telling them.
Okay, so we are now on our way to the
To
German
Cemetery. Yes. Bethel community. Then we go to the cemetery. We name it Missionary Cemetery. Because now, after the white men laid there, the first convicts and their families who passed away, they were also buried there.
Okay.
Then now we are not using it as a major cemetery, only for church agents, like the pastors. If somebody attained the position of a pastor and is in the EP church and is from a native from Amedzofe, we accord him that honor. Then we bury him there. If you are a catechist from Amedzofe, you pass away, we accord you that honor. We bury you there.
So it's more like a ceremonial
Yes.
graveyard.
All these areas are better. This is the area we call better. From the old chapel coming up here is all better. Better. An area given to the first Christians, converts. So we are now at the Missionary Cemetery. The rating shows Amedzofe EP Church in commemoration of its 75th year's Jubilee from 1889 to 1964. Yeah. Yes, as I was saying, the missionaries that passed away, the Germans, this one, for the interpretation, or the written, I cannot tell, but it's one for the John Schrader.
Okay.
John Schrader. He passed away on the 15th March, 1864. This is also another. All these ones are all German. Yes, yes, of Germans. Then the first one is our great pastor. He was the first synod clerk for the EP Church. When the German left, the work was handed over to him.
He is a native of America.
He's a native. And he worked here. He established all the churches in the community.
Wow.
All the churches.
Even
from here to
EP.
No, only EP.
Only EP. Okay.
So formerly, Amedzofe was EP domain.
Okay.
Recently, in the 1970s, that other churches tried to come into Amedzofe. And as of now, we have about 9 different churches in Amedzofe. Yes.
But EP is the mother.
Is the mother church. Robert Kwame Reverend Robert Stephen Kwame.
Okay.
And this is the wife, Beta A. Kwame, the wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So recently, the family, they came back to reposition the grave.
Graveyard.
Yes. So these are all pastors from, church agents from Amedzofe who passed away. Yes. We have Reverend Atikwi, the community chief, the town chief today. His father was a reverend minister.
Okay.
Yeah, Roland Kwame Atikwi. Yeah. Then Reverend Samuel Jegbolo. The latest was Reverend Dacha, OK Dacha. Owen Dacha. Owen Kokuvi Dacha.
Okay.
Yeah. He passed away in 2017. I may say he is the last reverend minister in recent time. Yes.
Okay. So that's it about the history of the EP
Church in Amedzofe.
In Amedzofe.
Yes. The other side, I know maybe you may have captured it already. The erection of the cross.
Yes.
That one
on Mount Gemi.
on Mount Gemi.
Yes. We got that in another episode, so you might want to check that out. The cross was mounted by the Germans.
The German.
Yes, during one of their anniversaries. We captured that. We went all the way up the mountain.
But
so
Reverend Furinge.
you should try.
Furinge.
Yes. So you should try and catch up in that episode.
Yes.
Okay, so we have been doing this with Presbyter Eli Kwesi Ajato. He is with the EP Church and he's very conversant with the history of the church.
Yes.
You heard him tell us about how the church was constructed, how the Germans came in, all the things they helped the natives of this town accomplish, and the movement of the church, the redevelopment, and the plans to refurbish the church. So that's it about the oldest church in Amedzofe, the EP Church. And we are happy that you stayed with us throughout this class. We'll bring you another exciting episode of People and Places. My name is Wandami Hagan. Thank you, sir, for doing this.
Thank you. You're welcome.
See you next time.